have you ever felt the need to do dancehall or reggae music since that is from Jamaica?
All the time. All the time. No, you know what? I grew up listening to reggae, so I always used to sing reggae all the time. I have a few reggae demos that I have just sitting there that I haven't let the world hear. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I just looking for the right reggae producers to work with. I don't want to just make a reggae song or a dancehall song just to make it. You know what I mean? Like, if I make my soca songs, I make sure that I'm going to go to monster piece precision. I want to make it with the right people that's going to give it the right kind of feel. So when it comes to reggae now, I mean, I will just look around for the right kind of people to work with. I recently met Conscience and Mr. Vegas, actually, so they're really, really cool. And their take on like reggae and soca is really, really cool, because you know they do dancehall themselves, but they have soca songs and remix soca songs. So it's like, yeah, so you get to connect, and then I get to learn who works with what productions is the best productions to work with. But my dad's always on my back. He's like, gotta do a reggae song one day. I would love to. That's something I definitely is on my top 3 things to do.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I would like to be the pinnacle of UK soca. A lot of people don't really take UK soca too seriously because of the fact that people associate soca with the Caribbean the same way that they might associate hip-hop with America. It's just like a thing that they do. So when they hear UK soca, it's kind of like, to them it might be watered down, it might not be as good, but I just want to be out there and put it on the map that, you know, the UK can produce soca music just as good as anywhere else. I mean, the artists down here were as good as any artist in the world. I would like to fill the gap. I mean, there is a gap there for a UK, like, there's a gap there for a soca singer, a female soca singer to just fit in nicely. I mean, we've got Destra, we've got Alison, we've got Fayan, we've got Patrice, and they're all fantastic artists. But I really do believe that there's a slot there for a new up-and-coming artist, and I would like to fill that slot. I would like to have my own band and be just doing shows all over the world. But I definitely, in the next 5 years, I definitely want to have a band. I think that music always sounds so much better live than it does with a backing track.
I would agree with you. I think you're actually on your way. You are doing something that's very strategic. You're connecting with some of the best from different islands in the Caribbean. You have a background and advice from people who understands the business. So I think you're on your way in terms of that as well. So
thanks.
Let me get to a fun thing. I actually, while I'm doing my research on you, Mr. Zip. Where my keys, where my phone?
Oh yeah.
No, I did see that. I think it was it had made it on YouTube and was a pretty popular video on one of these shows. So, do you know Mr. Zip personally? How did you get in the video and do a cameo in the video?
This is such a funny story. I know him personally now. The crazy story is, I actually worked with a carnival band, Bajan Revelers, and I was modeling for them in around May time. So we was preparing for the band launch, so we had to take the pictures for the band launch so that everyone could see the costumes. And crazy as you do, we just was in Hyde Park. Hyde Park is like a massive, humongous park in London, one of the biggest parks in London. And we were just in Hyde Park, changing into our carnival costumes. I mean, people was just walking past looking at us like, why these crazy people wearing costumes? It's not carnival time. What are they doing? But because we was taking the pictures in the park, we was changing. Out of nowhere, these two guys ran over. They were from Sony, because Mr. Zip signed to Sony Music, and they were like, what is this? We like these costumes. We want these costumes in a video. And like, to us, we was like, whatever kind of thing. We was like, yeah, okay. But came the girl who was in charge, she took their details and she was like, okay, no problem. If you really want us there, give us a call. But he didn't say who it was for at the beginning, so we didn't really take him seriously. But a week later, Kim called and she was like, I just got a call from Sony and they're saying that they want us to come to Mr. Zip's video shoot. I was like, what, really? And they were like, yeah. So we followed through and it was just like all go from there. They picked us up, they took us all the way to Manchester, they put us up in a hotel, we got there, we got fed, they make up everything, and we filmed the video all in a day. We got to meet Mr. Zip, we got to meet other cool people. Alicia Dixon was there and a few other UK artists. Yeah, so that's how we actually got to meet him. And but we're cool now, so I know Mr. Zip personally and he's a really, really cool guy.
Fun video. I recognize. I said she looks familiar. That's the girl I'm going to be talking to today.
Caribbean Lifestyle Media, your online source for the latest music, videos, in-depth interviews, and stories about your favorite Caribbean artists you'll never get anywhere else. Check us out on the web at the following websites: dancehallsoca.com, idancehallreggae.com, dsoca.com. They make the music, we tell you the stories. Welcome to your destination.